He the only real one that got true respect. Crazy how when he died, everybody really wished it was you instead. Hey, tripping Chris, don't say that.
All right, man. I appreciate you taking a little bit of time to do an emergency, iller and filthier meeting with me. But this, what we have to go over right now is in the here and now. And I was like, I got to get Greg's take on this because you are kind of you're our music guy, right? Of the duo here on our show.
Okay. Yep.
You got a good background with
That's
it.
right.
Although
Yeah.
I think the rap game now is a little bit outside of what you normally listen to, but you're familiar with it because of your background, right?
Yeah. I don't listen to a ton of it, but I think I kind of stay aware of stuff I hear.
Like Who's Who and all that good stuff?
Mostly.
All right.
I mean,
well,
I'm getting pretty old.
well, you're going to have to kind of help me out maybe a little bit. I haven't really been in the rap game either in the last 20 years. I think just after the year 2000, I lost interest in it, and it went a different way than I normally grew up in the 80s and 90s or whatever. And it's just like every old head that's out there.
Oh yeah.
Things change, and it's not like the way they used to be. But real briefly, diss tracks, and that would make for a great episode of ours on coming up with the best diss tracks within all of music. I always relate it to rap, but I'm sure there's diss tracks in all sorts of music, right?
Yeah, there probably is in some way, right?
So,
I mean,
again,
the famous song by Fleetwood Mac's, technically a diss song.
Is it really?
Dreams. Or not dream. No, you can go your own way. I mean, it's their breakup song. I mean, that's kind of.
But we'll save that for another episode.
Damn,
so the last diss track feud that I kind of even halfway paid attention to was Eminem and MGK, and this was 10 years ago or something.
Right.
5 years ago, MGK. Completely had to change genres. He started painting his nails and all that stuff after Eminem got done with them, and. Again, I think the top two diss tracks that I can come up with of all time, obviously for me, is number one, Hit 'Em Up, and then number two is No Vaseline.
Who was No Vaseline?
Ice Cube when he left NWA. Early 90s.
Okay. Then there was the whole Easy back and forth.
Yeah,
but that was kind of part of that, right?
Yeah, but those are the top two for me, and then everything else ever since and in the last 10 years, I hear diss tracks and rap.
Yeah.
And for me, it's hard for me to
Drake does
be kind of like whatever, because when you got two guys in skinny jeans diss tracking each other, it's not the same. It's not the same until today. And I was coming in, and I like Chris Brown's music and his catalog.
Okay.
Whole other thing about whether he's a good dude,
Sure.
all this other stuff. I get it.
I agree with you. I agree. Yeah.
I like Chris Brown's stuff. All right. I heard or I saw somewhere Chris Brown diss track on Quavo. Do you know?
Quavo is from Migos.
Which
those guys are pretty badass.
I don't care. Again, I don't care for that. It's just not my stuff nowadays, right? Yeah. But I'm like, whatever. New diss track.
Yeah, you want
Chris
people
Brown
off your lawn. I get it.
Piqued my interest, and I was like, I'm just out of respect for his catalog. I was like, I'll take a listen. What are the kids dissing about today? And I don't think Chris Brown is one of the kids nowadays. He's getting up there in age.
And I haven't heard anything about him in ages, I feel like.
But, anytime that some of the older guys can diss on some of the younger guys, and is Migos and Quavo, are they younger?
Yeah,
part of the younger crowd?
They're youngish. I mean, they've been around. They blew up probably in 2018, kind of in that, give or take.
Okay.
Before I moved to Charlotte, I just remember they were really big while we lived in Charlotte, so I just
And then one of the guys from that group was killed or shot or whatever. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about right here, right now.
Again, OJ, ironically, which is crazy.
This is supposed to be a quickie for you. I'm not gonna keep you too long because you got shit to do. But I was like, I got to get Greg's take on this. Okay. So I listened to this and I was like, okay. So I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
And we're going to let it play all the way through, and I want to just get your take when it's over, okay?
Yep.
It's like you got some plans, so we can get into some gangster shit.
Hey, Chris, I don't want no issues, bro. I don't want no smoke. I don't want fights, and I don't want to do nothing, bro. Like, please, bro.
Who want smoke with me? Who want smoke with me? Who want smoke with me? Who want smoke with C? Who want smoke with me? Who want...
Good beat.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get down to the facts. Pussy, I'm dripped in red. Don't let this R&B shit fool you niggas, get ripped to shreds. Quavo talking like he a thug, nigga, you a bitch with dread. Can't wait to see the day that you back up all of that shit you said. What's all that ball shit you talking? You ain't no huncho, nigga. You the weakest link out of your clique, let's keep it a hundo, nigga. You fuck my ex-hoe, that's cool, I don't give no fuck, little nigga. Cause I fucked your ex when you was still with a bitch, I'm up, little nigga.
Who is
they
that,
say
too?
revenge is sweet.
I don't
Think
know.
about that shit. Don't let that line go over your head. I might just sing about that shit. I had a feeling about that dick. There's something sweet about that shit. I got some tea about that bitch, but I ain't gonna speak about that shit. Whoa. I ain't playing chess with a checker player. I'm a ticking bomb on a detonator. I shit on niggas, I'm a defecator. I put Amigo on a ventilator. Stop talking about beating girls.
Amigo.
You was beating bitches on the elevator. We seen the taste, that's devastating. You doing bad, you a bitch and your music trash. Fashion week, they set me next to your lame ass. I was truly mad. All I kept thinking about was breaking your face, but I gave you a pass. You lucky I ain't wanna fuck the money up, boy, I would've broke you in half. Quit trying to be tough, you ain't like that. Why you keep showing off? Quit talking about drugs, you the only pack that I've been smoking on. I just hit my plug, told him come back, I'ma need more than one. Your last album was a weed trade, just some bullshit that we roll up on. You know what's on, put you to bed. Night, night, that's Sudafed. Show me that I'm tender, bitch. Time to prove what you just said. R.I.P. take off, he the only real one that got true respect. Crazy how when he died, everybody really wished it was you instead. You tripping, Chris, don't say that, don't lose your head. You done turned a big bad wolf on these fuck niggas, never knew revenge. This what happens when a fuck nigga push a real nigga out to the edge. This what happens when a dumb nigga get fame and it get to his head. You gon' kiss this ring, nigga. Big fuck you from my middle finger. I tattoo my trigger finger. Bring real beat to your dinner table. My mental state ain't never stable. I know this shit gon' sting, nigga. I run your ass through the ringer, nigga. You just got body by a singing, nigga. Bitch. Who want smoke with me? Who want smoke with me? Who want smoke with me? Who want smoke with C? Who want smoke with me? Who want...
Woo!
All right. I mean, the beat was pretty tight. I thought
Yeah.
the lyrics were really good. Yeah. And I mean, my only thing before I wanted to do a piece with you on this was this like an AI recording or something? Like I had to try to figure out, is this really Chris Brown or is this kind of manufactured? I think it is, but I'm not sure. But there's enough people talking about it, and I think on his official channel, he's got it up on there.
Yeah, let me look, because I agree. It's so hard now with
because there's been a couple, videos or songs that they've used AI, and I'm like, dang it. And the songs are actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I like that
with their voice or whatever. But this one here, I was like, oh man. I mean, I kind of like the song.
Yeah.
I think it goes pretty hard.
I like it. He went at him. I mean,
and isn't that just part of the formula when you're doing a diss track, is to throw out that you slept with the other person's wife or girlfriend?
Yeah. I think we should take a chance. We should do a diss track somehow and just see how terrible it would be.
we could start a fight with another podcast out there or something, Yeah.
And
see what happens.
God, that would be hilarious. So how would you diss podcast? Would we have a whole episode about how bad they are?
I don't know.
Because that's what we'd have to do. We'd have to do like our discussion would have to be, think of how a musician does it instead of spitting lines. We're like, okay, so here's the 10 things I don't like about these guys.
Well, all their stuff's manufactured, and they just kind of create, or they don't create original stuff, and
I'm not sure.
Lame.
I don't know who your ex is, but I bet I slept with her in college.
Right. I bet she was over at on Telluride at the Mizzou townhouses that Greg and I used to live at. She came over to party.
Yeah, she was the one taking a shower with the door open.
So, I mean, of all the diss tracks that you've heard or whatever, I mean, is this worthy of me getting a hold of you today to do a quick 10-minute recording?
Yeah, I liked it because it was. I also like how, like just because it's fresh on the brain, but like Taylor supposedly has a diss track to Kim, but it's like hidden and you have to read into it, so people could be like, oh, I guess it could mean that
the Taylor one, you read more into it.
Yeah, this
something
is like
this.
hey,
I like.
Yeah.
Fuck your bitch and the click claim, West Side, where we ride.
Yeah. It was clever. I like the references. And that's kind of how diss tracks are anyway. They're always pretty raw,
They're
even
raw.
if
they get right to it, but then what sets you apart is where you take it to that extra level to where you're hiding things in between for the fans that know. And I'm not saying I know. Especially nowadays. Again, I like Chris Brown's catalog of stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought this one here, I'm like, okay, well maybe the diss track rap battles are kind of back. I'd love to see this play out.
Well,
I don't know what kind of response. I heard, and that doesn't interest me. Drake and I don't know who else. And I'm like, again, guys with the skinny jeans doing rap battles or diss tracks, it just doesn't interest me. They're just not the same.
Yeah, I don't like my rappers being from Canada. I like my rappers being from LA, New York, Atlanta.
Although Drake's got some, I do like a few of his tracks. I know the younger kids, the young bucks, kind of like him a little bit more.
I've never been a fan of his. Not for any not a fan. I just he just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah,
and he's huge. Right,
yeah. So that was a quick emergency Iller and Filthier meeting. I had to get Greg's take on Chris Brown's diss track to Quavo.
And now Quavo. Yeah, now we need to wait for his, right? When does
All right. Well, if you see it out there, or if you hear if this is not real or something, let me know so I don't look like an old head idiot, getting duped on AI or something.
This was from like 1997 or something.
Right. All right, you guys, stay tuned. We have another Iller and Filthier episode coming out this week. It's going to be fun. I'm not going to tell you what it is about right now because it's going to be a secret, but it's coming out I think Thursday. So check it out. All right, Greg, we'll talk to you later.
See you.